Dee-dee-dee-dee. Enjoy yourself, it's later than you think. Enjoy yourself, it's later than you think. Oh, hello there, here we go again. Oh, look, can you see the daffodils in the garden? And there is a very special reason for my daffodils being on display today, because it is the first day of spring here in England. Yes, here we go again. We are live across YouTube. Welcome to another English Addict live English lesson, coming to you all the way from the birthplace of the English language. Hi everybody, this is Mr. Duncan in England. How are you today? Are you okay? I hope so. Are you happy? Well, are you happy? I really hope so. We have made it to the end of another week without blowing the planet up. Isn't that nice? So here we go again. My name, yes, for those who are wondering what this is, what is happening on my computer screen. My name is Mr. Duncan. I teach English on YouTube, and I've been doing this for a very long time. Can you guess how long I've been doing this for? I will tell you. Nearly 14 years. I'm not joking. Here on YouTube for almost 14 years teaching English to the world on YouTube, and I hope you are having a good day today. By the way, next week it will be the anniversary of my arrival in China. So the anniversary of my arrival in China way back in 2003 will be next week. Would you like to see a photograph from my very first lesson in China? So here it is. Here is a photograph. I have only shown this photograph twice before. So here it is. This is me doing my first ever English lesson in China. My first ever lesson. Have a look at this. Oh, there I am. So in front of the class, facing my students for the first time. And you can see that I have written lots of things on the board in very big writing. I was so nervous during my first lesson because I was meeting many of my students for the first time. So you can probably imagine I was feeling very nervous, very afraid, quite nervous because I was facing my class for the first time. So there is a lesson taken from my first ever class in China. And next week it will be the anniversary of my first arrival, when I first arrived in China. Wow, 17 years ago. Oh, I can't believe it. Here is another photograph from my time in China. There I am in front of the blackboard. This was taken about 2 or 3 years later. And I look a lot more confident in this picture, don't you think? I look much more confident in this particular photograph. So yes, next week it will be the anniversary of my arrival in China when I went to teach English abroad. And there is another photograph. That is the actual school in which I taught. Sadly, and this is very sad, this school no longer exists. It was all demolished around about 10 years ago. So sadly, the property was sold, and unfortunately the school had to close. So there it is, the school that I used to work at many, many years ago. But I have lots of lovely memories, lots of fond memories from my time in China. We are being positive today. Let's be positive, shall we? As I mentioned at the start of today's live lesson, it is the first day of spring. Today, the first day of spring has arrived. So I thought we would talk about nice things, and hopefully in the last half hour of the show, I hope that I will be able to go outside and do something in the garden. So I will show you the camera at the moment is outside. It is waiting for me to go outside. However, you might notice that the wind is blowing rather strongly at the moment. You can see the camera is moving around because of the wind. So it is very windy outside, a lot more turbulent, a lot more unsettled than yesterday. Did you see my live stream yesterday? Yes, I was outside in the forest once again doing my live stream yesterday. An extra English Addict live stream happened yesterday. So hopefully later on I will be going into the garden, and there you can see the view outside right now. It is a little bit windy. In fact, it's very windy. And here is another view looking outside. And there is another shot. And that is a live view from my window here in Much Wenlock. And I hope you are enjoying the day wherever you are. I know things are strange at the moment. I know things are quite unusual. I think it would be fair to say, it would definitely be fair to say that we are living through strange times, as I said the other day. However, and this is something I am going to do at the start of all of my lessons for now, don't forget to look on the bright side. Look on the bright side of life. Stay positive. Keep that smile on your face and keep your spirits up. Look on the bright side. There is always something you can find. There is always a glimmer of hope or happiness that you can find. Whatever is happening at the moment, please look on the bright side. Maybe you can get in touch with one of your friends, maybe someone you have lost contact with. Maybe you can call someone in your family whom you have lost contact with. You see? So look on the bright side. And as I say now, make the best of a bad deal. So whatever is happening around you, make the best of a bad deal. Perhaps you are at home at the moment with your family. Well, that is a good opportunity to sit around and have a chat, talk about all sorts of things. I know in these days where people are busy with their lives, we often don't have time to actually talk to each other. Have you noticed that? So quite often we don't get the opportunity to actually talk to each other because our lives are so hectic. So there you have a chance to make the best of a bad deal. You can do something maybe positive, do something that you haven't done for a long time. I think so. Every cloud has a silver lining. Don't forget, the future hasn't happened yet. It is still approaching. So it isn't always about negative things. Sometimes it is about positive things as well. So every cloud has a silver lining. I'm sure if you look closely enough or carefully enough, I'm pretty sure you can find something positive to do, talk about, or say. Every cloud has a silver lining. And yes, this is my favourite. There is light at the end of the tunnel. There always is. Even if there is darkness around you at this moment, there is light at the end of the tunnel. We will get through this together. And that is the reason why I am doing special live streams at the moment. So my special English Addict lessons will be on when I'm not normally on. However, you can always catch me on Sunday, Wednesday and Friday from 2 p.m. UK time. Always. You can always find me here on YouTube Sunday, Wednesday, Friday, 2 p.m. UK time. So now you know. And of course, if you want to give me a little like, don't forget, like and subscribe, please. If you like it, give me a thumbs up. Yeah! Thank you very much. I would be most obliged if you could do that. If you are obliged, it means you are thankful. You feel grateful. You are obliged. I must thank you for the lovely thing that you have done. I am obliged to do it. Hello, Vitas. Guess what, Vitas? You are first on today's live chat. Congratulations to you. It is a fun day. It is a sunny day. It's a lovely day for sharing our love of the English language. Oh, and it's Friday. Some people are going crazy at the moment. They are rushing around, feeling very unhappy. Do you know why? A lot of people are panicking, but there is no need to panic. My advice to you is simple. Here it is now on the screen. Oh, keep calm and wash your hands. Keep calm and wash your hands. There is no need to worry. There is no need to be afraid. Just follow the simple rules. And the most important one, of course, is keep calm and wash your hands during this very strange time that we are experiencing. Hello to everyone on the live chat. Hello, Martha, Poland. Hello, Martha. Nice to see you here today. Nice to see you back with us on the live chat. Don't forget, if it is your first time, if you've never been here before on my YouTube channel or on my live stream, please let me know. Please say, Mr. Duncan, it is my first time here. Luis Mendez is watching as well. Thank you very much for joining me once again from France. I have a feeling there are a lot of people who are in their houses. They have nothing to do. So I think this is a great opportunity to spend some time listening to English, listening to a native speaker of the English language, which is me, by the way. So I think this is a great opportunity for everyone who is interested in learning English or improving their English. It's a great opportunity to improve. So if you have a weak point or maybe something concerning English that you are not very good at, then here is your opportunity to improve. Don't forget, if you want to see the captions, you can press C on your keyboard. So you can actually see live captions, and there is the button. You must press C on your keyboard if you want to have some captions. So as I mentioned, we have some lovely spring weather. Oh yes, because today officially is the first day of spring, officially. So all of the weathermen, all of the weather ladies, all of those who are there to report and talk about the weather, they have told us that today officially it is the first day of springtime. And there you can see in my garden we have some daffodils. You see daffodils quite a lot during the spring. And also you can see the pink flower. The pink flower is actually something called heather. Heather. So you have heather and also you have daffodils as well. Hello to Sweetness. Hello there. I hope you are doing well. I am super duper fine and waiting for your live stream. Well, that's good. And if you missed yesterday's live stream, because I did a lot yesterday, I was walking around, even though it was quite cold. I was doing my live stream outside yesterday, and I was walking around as well, trying my best not to fall over, because it was very wet and very muddy as well. Hello, Larissa. Hello, Njok Nguyen, watching in Vietnam. Hello to Vietnam. I know I have a lot of viewers watching over there at the moment. Nice to see you here. Welcome. Jane is here. Hello also Rosa. Lolly Lolly. Hello Lolly. I haven't seen you for a long time. Where have you been? Lolly Lolly, welcome back. Nice to see you here again. Theo Platty says, hello, Mr. Duncan and the community. The spring air will make sure that we all survive. I think so. Well, as long as you follow the rules, keep yourself safe, there should be no problems. Hopefully. Hopefully. Jory is watching. Hello, Jory. Nice to see you here as well. Is it your first time? Can I say a big thank you, by the way? I have a special thank you to send out to Sambu Sissoko and also to Carlos Ochar or Okar or Okoa. I hope I pronounce your name right. Sambo and also Carlos. Thank you very much for your lovely donations that you sent yesterday. So can I say a big thank you very much for your super duper donations through PayPal. And don't forget, everything I do here, I do for free. It doesn't cost anything. So all of my time, I always give away for free and it doesn't cost anything. You can watch me on YouTube all the time. But if you want to make a little donation to help me on my way, so I can keep doing this forever and ever and ever. Here is my little PayPal address if you want to make a donation. I will show it again later on. Meanwhile, we are enjoying the first day of spring. Beatriz. Hello, Beatriz. Nice to see you here. Hi, Mr. Duncan and everyone at home in Argentina. We need to stop all of the problems before it gets worse. Here, we haven't so much or so many elements to afford anything serious happening. Yes. So we need to follow the simple rules, stay away from other people, keep yourself safe, and most importantly of all, yes, keep your hands clean. I think that's my favourite one. Stay clear of other people, distance yourself, and also make sure your hands stay clean. By the way, this morning we had a delivery. So Mr. Steve had actually ordered something through the post, and it came this morning, and the man who came to deliver the parcel would not come near the house. So he stood very far away from the house. So he knocked on the door and then he went away. And he said, "Hello, mate, I've got a parcel here." And he just left it on the driveway. So he didn't come to the house and hand it to us personally. He stayed very far away. And I think that's something that a lot of people are doing at the moment. They are distancing themselves. So even the delivery driver that came this morning, he didn't come near to Mr. Steve. He stayed far away. Although, between you and me, I think that's a very good suggestion, whatever is happening, to be honest. Hello to... Oh, we have Haba Farouk. Hello, Haba Farouk. Nice to see you here as well on the live chat. Don't forget, this is live right now. It is 2 on a Friday afternoon. Later on, I will be going outside. Also today, we are talking about abilities, the things you are able to do. And I thought this would be a good thing to look at. So today we'll be looking at our strengths and also our weaknesses. So things that you feel you do well, things that you feel that you are very good at. And of course, the opposite is weakness. So maybe the things that you are not very good at. So in our lives, we all have strengths and weaknesses. Things we are good at, things that are positive, maybe a positive side of your character. And of course, we all have weaknesses, things that we are not very good at, things that we might have to do in our lives. However, we are not very good at doing it. So we all have our own strengths and weaknesses. And that is something we'll be looking at a little bit later on. Hello, Rosa. Nice to see you here today. Rosa is talking to Lewis. How is your lockdown? I am a little tired and we are facing this isolation for some days. Many days. Well, it's the same here. Mr. Steve can't work at the moment. So he's been told to stay at home. However, he can still do some of his work on a computer. Just like me. So I have no excuse, really. So even if I stay here at home all the time, I can't avoid doing any work because I can do my work here in my house. As you can see now, it's exactly what I'm doing at the moment. Hello, Zuzika. Nice to see you here as well. Oh, hello to Dar Judex, the microbiologist. I would imagine a lot of people would like your advice at the moment. I bet there are many people phoning you for advice as you are a microbiologist. You are a person who works or deals with very small things. Micro. The word micro means small. Hello, Rosa. Hello also to Christina. I am happy now because of you, Mr. Duncan. Thank you, Christina. Well, it's my pleasure to be here. I will be here as much as I can. If I can be here with you, I will be here. So I will try my best to be with you as much as possible. Mr. Steve, by the way, is going to see his mother tomorrow because on Sunday it's Mother's Day. So here in the UK, we will be celebrating our mothers. So for those who are still fortunate enough to have their mother in their lives, they will be going to visit them. However, because of the current situation, many people have decided to stay away and not visit their mother. However, tomorrow Mr. Steve will be going to see his mother because it's Mother's Day on Sunday. Sadly, unfortunately for me, my mother is being taken care of at the moment in a hospital, and sadly, they are not allowing anyone to visit. So I can't even go to see my mother on Mother's Day, unfortunately. I can't go tomorrow, and I can't go on Sunday. So unfortunately, due to the situation at the moment, I can't see my mother, unfortunately. Isn't that sad? I feel slightly annoyed about that, to be honest. Irene is here. Nice to see you here as well. Also, we have Sammy. Hello, Sammy. Nice to see you here as well. Hello also to Sambo Sissoko. Yes, thank you very much, by the way, for your lovely donation on PayPal. Thank you. Very kind of you. And of course, with your lovely support, I am able to do this all the time. So this has become something that I want to devote more of my time to. And that's the reason why I'm here today. Ham T says, "Hi, my teacher. I really hope to see you now. I am from Vietnam. And I was sent here by Alex. Hello to all of Alex D's students. Hello to you watching at the moment in Vietnam. Nice to see you here as well. Hello also to Marina. Hello also to Saeed. Marina asks, what is the English level of your lessons? Well, to be honest, I will be honest with you. Most of my lessons are really for people who are lower, intermediate, or maybe upper intermediate. However, I always say that everyone is welcome to watch my videos. And one of the good things about my English lessons is you can watch the captions, the subtitles on the screen. So even my live streams, you can actually have captions or subtitles. So to be honest with you, I always say that my lessons are for everyone. Whatever your level is, there will be something for you. There will be something that you will find useful in everything I do. So I can assure you of that. Hi, teacher. Hello, Irene. Nice to see you here, Irene. Also, we have Palmyra. Palmyra says, I like the purple bush. Well, I'm hoping later on we will be going outside. I really hope that we can go outside. There it is at the moment. So that is my live camera outside. And at around about 3 o'clock, we will go outside. If you want. If you don't want to, then I will stay inside. It's up to you, really. Some people might want to see me in the garden. Some people might not. Yes, you see. Hello, Larissa. Hello, Larissa. Do the students in China differ? Are they different? Do they differ from those in England? Well, I would say that one of the things I did notice, and I think this is very common with people, certainly in Asia, I think school children or students work very hard. I might even say sometimes they work harder than students here in England. I'm pretty sure I'm going to get into trouble for saying that, I am sure. Anna says, in my sunny balcony, it is a gorgeous day and I have to stay at home. Well, that's what I said earlier. Sometimes you can still make the best. You can still find some positivity, something nice. Even when things seem bad, we can still find something nice to do. The pink lavender, yes, the lovely pink lavender in my garden. It is coming out now because, well, spring has arrived. Yes, it's official. Today is the first day of spring, and that is the reason why there is a little daffodil above my head. Can you see it? So to celebrate the first day of spring, here we have a little daffodil waving and saying hello. Hello, Fu Huang. Hello, Mr. Duncan. Thank you very much for your company today. Nice to see you here. Monoki says, I love your accent. Thank you very much. Some people think that my accent is American. It isn't. So I don't speak with an American accent. My accent is actually British. So you are watching me now live in England, which is the birthplace of the English language. So here is the country where it all began. Thank you also to Abdi. Hello, Abdi, watching in Somalia. Hello to you. Nice to see you here today. Lolly. Oh, well done. Yes. You can describe something as a blessing in disguise. So this means that something that might appear bad or negative can actually be something positive. So it's very similar to making the best of a bad deal. So sometimes a bad situation can actually bring something good with it. I know it seems strange, but it can happen. So you can have a blessing in disguise. So it might seem like a bad thing, but you might find something positive will come from it as well. Hello, Roman. Hello, Roman. Nice to see you here watching in Russia. A big privet to everyone watching in Russia at the moment. How are things for you? What is happening in your country with the current situation that is affecting so many people around the world? Hello, Min Tu. Hello, Min. Mr. Duncan, this is my first time watching your video. Hello, Min, watching in Vietnam. Welcome, and I'm so pleased to see you here for the first time. If it is your first time, I will give you a lovely round of applause to welcome you to my live stream. And it is Friday the 20th of March, 2020. I'm pretty sure we are going to remember 2020 for a long time to come. I think so. Larissa, thank you for answering my question. I completely agree with you. Thank you, Larissa. Thank you very much. Anna Pika is here. Hello, Mr. Duncan. How many people are ill at the moment in England? Well, there are quite a few ill. We've had some people unfortunately die, so there have been some deaths. However, at the moment the level is still quite low here. Although, over the next few days, there is a chance that the numbers will suddenly increase. So yes, things are not too bad here. However, I think the worst is still to come here in the UK. I think so. Dao Zhang GTV. Hello, Dao Zhang. Can you say hello to me? Can you say hello to me? So we don't say hello with me. We can say hello to. So I will say hello to you watching in Vietnam. Kubra asks, what would you like to do the most during this time? What would you like to do at the moment? Well, one of the things I am enjoying at the moment is teaching you English. So I'm loving this. I am making the best of this situation. So I have to make sure that I don't go too close to other people. However, on the internet, it's perfectly all right. So as long as my internet connection doesn't disappear, I think I will be okay. I think so. I hope so. Would you like to see an excerpt from one of my lessons? Now, don't forget, I have made many lessons on YouTube, and I thought it would be a nice opportunity to have a look at one of my English lessons. And this is just a short excerpt from a lesson that I made all about jokes and humour.
Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for Crazy Mr. Duncan.
Hi. Good evening. Wow, so many people. A man goes to see his doctor. He says, "Doctor, doctor, I feel like a pair of curtains." And the doctor replies, "Oh, pull yourself together." Do you like shopping? Do you? How come whenever I go to the supermarket, I always end up with the shopping trolley that has the bad wheel? I want to go this way, and my shopping trolley wants to go this way. Yeah? It's funny. It's funny, isn't it? Because it's true. A man goes to see his doctor. He says, "Doctor, doctor, people keep ignoring me." And the doctor replies, "Next, please." Okay, you've been a great audience. Thank you very much. Good night. If a person stands on a stage and tells their jokes to an audience, it is called stand-up comedy, because the person telling the jokes is standing up. Of course, it is true to say that a joke which may be funny to one person could actually be offensive or not funny to another. Each one of us has a slightly different feeling when we hear a joke. It is called our sense of humour. Some people will laugh at anything, while others will hardly ever laugh at all. It is yet another fascinating piece of the human emotion puzzle. Do you have a sense of humour? What makes you laugh? Do you know any good jokes?
And there it was, an excerpt from one of my English lessons, and there are lots of English lessons available on my YouTube channel. Yes, we are all together again. Whatever is happening in the world, however bad things seem, we still have each other. I am here for you, and to be honest, I will be honest with you. I'm also very happy that you are here with me. So you are keeping me company during my lonely period of time. However, we are not alone because we can share one important thing, which is our love of the English language. I am hoping to go outside in around about half an hour, hopefully. If the weather stays good. It's windy outside and it's also very cold, but I thought it would be very nice to go outside for a short time because it's the first day of spring and I always like to keep positive. I always like to stay positive. Today we are talking about our strengths and weaknesses. So when we talk about our strengths and weaknesses, well, we might ask, what are you good at? What are you good at? So if you are good at something, it means you are able to do it. You have an ability. You can do something special. So what are you good at? And I suppose we can also say, what are you bad at? So you can be good at something, you have an ability to do it. Maybe you are bad at something. So in this sense, good and bad means able and unable. You can do it, good. You can't do it, bad. You are good at something, you are bad at something. So what about you? Do you have a special skill? Is there something that you are very good at? Something that you are good at? Can you please tell me? So here's another way of expressing it. What do you excel at? So when we say excel, it means you are ahead or in front, something that you do very well. So a good question to start with is, what do you excel at? Is there a skill that you have that is very special? Maybe you have a certain ability with education. So maybe something that you can do that other people can't. Something that I'm very good at is speaking. So I suppose I could say that I'm good at speaking, I'm good at saying things. So maybe that is something I excel at. Teaching English. So something I enjoy doing, something I like to do, something that I think I do very well. Teaching. So what about you? Is there something that you do very well? Ekaterina. Hello, Ekaterina. I am excellent at skiing. So what do you excel at? I excel at skiing. So that is how you answer the question. So if I ask, what do you excel at? You can reply, I excel at skiing. Or, I am excellent at skiing. So excellent is related to this word. You excel at something. You are excellent at something. You do it very well. You do it very well. You are very good at doing something. Hello, Ali Ben. So, as I said before, excel. You do well. You are ahead of other people. So maybe you have a professional skill. So maybe in your job, perhaps your job requires a certain ability or skill, something that you can do very well. So maybe in your job. Mr. Judej, microbiologist, I am good at... Oh, his message is just gone. He's just disappeared. Anna says, I hope to be good at learning English, but I am bad at drawing. Yes, so that is really what I'm on about today. So we all have something we are good at, but we also have things that we are bad at. We can do it, we can't do it. There are things we are good at and things we are bad at. So I suppose for me, I am good at teaching, I am good at speaking. However, can I tell you something that I'm bad at? Something that I can't do very well. I am terrible at maths. I'm awful. My brain cannot work out mathematical equations. I am awful, terrible. I can't do it. I'm rubbish at maths. So that is one thing that I'm bad at. So I have a good thing, something that I can do, and something that I'm not very good at, something I can't do. I am good at teaching English, but I am bad at maths or mathematics. So yes, there you go. Christina says, I am excelling in sport. Yes, so you can be excelling in something. So that is showing that that is the thing that you do well. So I excel in sport, or I am excelling in sport. Hello to Fu Huang. I like listening to your lessons. Thank you very much, Fu Huang. And I hope my lessons will help you to improve your English. Thank you very much. Emanuela says, my country is in lockdown and we don't know when it will end. This is something that is happening in many parts of the world. Many parts of the world are now affected by the current situation. Here's another great word. Now, if you are able to do something, quite often you will have to pass a test, or maybe you will have to get some sort of qualification. So maybe we can say that that thing is an accomplishment, something you have accomplished. So what have you accomplished? Do you have a special skill? Maybe there is a skill that you have that other people don't have. I have some friends who have special abilities. Some people are good at repairing electrical things. They have a certain skill. They are able to sort out problems with computers, because I'm not very good at that. I can work my computer very well, but sometimes if my computer has a problem, then I'm not very good at repairing it. So sometimes I do have weaknesses. I have weaknesses. There are things that I'm not very good at, and one of them is fixing my computer if it ever goes wrong. So what about you? What are the things that you are good at? Tell me something that you are really good at. Hamid Dreza says, I am excellent, or I excel at writing. I can write about a vase. I can write about a vase 3 pages without stopping. So you can write for 3 pages of writing, really, without stopping. Well, can I just say that writing is a very good way of learning. So if you want to improve your English, if you want to have more English words in your brain, can I just say that writing is a very good way of improving your English, because as you write, you will look closely at the words, and as you write, those words will go into your brain, because when you write, you are using your brain in a very special way. Vedat is here. Hello, Vedat. Nice to see you here on the live stream. Nice to see you here today. I was here yesterday, and I might be here tomorrow. Now, I know usually I am not here on Saturday, but Mr. Steve is going to his mother to visit her, but I can't visit my mother because she's locked away in hospital. I can't go to see her. So sadly, I won't be able to. So maybe tomorrow I will actually go online again. We will see what happens. So I might be here tomorrow. I'm not sure. Hello to Nguyen Tran. Will you make a lesson about talking the international trade in the future? I want to improve my vocabulary on import and export business. I am really thankful for that, if you can. Well, business English is a very specialised area. There are many words that are used in business English that we don't normally use in other places. However, I know what you mean. So import, export, things that you bring in and things that you send out. Import, export. You bring in, you send out. So yes, a very big part of business. Very big part of business. I think so. Hak Lao. Hello, Hak Lao. I can play the guitar. Wow. Can I just say one thing? I am always very jealous of people who can play musical instruments, especially people who can play instruments like the guitar or the piano. I am fascinated by people who can play the piano because I don't know how they do it. It's amazing. It's like magic. So when you see someone sitting in front of a piano and their fingers know exactly where the keys are, they know where all of the notes are on the keyboard. I'm always impressed by people who can play the piano or any musical instrument, to be honest, any musical instrument. Sweetness says, I am very excellent, or I excel at learning different languages. Kubra, hello Kubra. Kubra says, I am bad at direction. My sense of direction is bad. So I would imagine that if you go to a place that you're not familiar with, maybe you will get lost. Perhaps you will get lost because you are not good at finding your way around. So we can say that you have a bad sense of direction. So if you can't find your way around a strange place, or even a place where you live, so maybe even in the town where you live, maybe you can still get lost. So having a sense of direction means knowing where you are and where you are going. We call it your sense of direction. Lolly Lolly asks a very interesting question. Mr. Duncan, are you good at cooking? No, I can safely say that I'm not very good at cooking. If you were watching last month, I tried to make some pancakes in the kitchen. Do you remember that? So I tried to make some pancakes. However, it didn't turn out very well. Can you remember that particular live stream that I did last month on Pancake Day? I thought it would be a good idea to go into my kitchen and make some pancakes. However, I didn't do a very good job. So no, I am not very good at cooking. Definitely not. I can only cook something if it is cooked already. So if it is something that is made already, and all I have to do is put it in the oven, yes, I can do that. That's easy. If I have to prepare it myself, not so good. Lan Do says, I excel at swimming. There is another thing that I can't do. So you are good at swimming. I am bad at swimming. I can't swim. I don't like water. I don't like being in the water. I always feel very afraid, very worried, very anxious if I'm in the water. So no, I don't like being in water, and I can't swim. I really can't. I'm very good at drowning. I'm excellent at drowning. Very good at that. But not very good at swimming, unfortunately. Hello also to Hak Lao. I love the guitar, and I also love you. Thank you very much, Hak Lao. It's very kind of you to say. Rakesh is here. Also we have, oh, hello. Can I say hello to Ekaterina again? Mr. Duncan, could you explain the idiom to throw the baby out with the bath water for me, please? And could you put it into a sentence? This is a very good expression that we use in English. So there are many interesting English expressions, and this is a very interesting expression. Don't throw out the baby with the bath water. So don't throw out the baby with the bath water. This is a great way of expressing something that you might do something to get rid or remove one thing. However, you might get rid of the things that you need as well. So sometimes we might make a decision that has a positive thing but also a negative thing attached to it. So you might do something that seems to be solving the situation. However, you might also be throwing something away that is useful. So in business, you might make some changes to your business plan because you want to make a little bit more money. However, you might also lose some of your good customers or maybe some of your good employees. So we might say, is it worth throwing the baby out with the bathwater? So you might get rid of something or make a change that might have a positive effect, but it might also have a negative effect. there might be something that you throw away that might be useful now or later. You are throwing the baby out with the bathwater. It's a great expression. And when I think in my mind, I can actually see the baby and the bathwater being thrown out at the same time. So yes, that is an interesting expression. There are some lovely idioms in the English language, I must say. Vittorio is very good at taking photographs with his camera. So I am good at taking photos with my camera, but I am bad at doing the housework, in particular doing the laundry. I agree with you. I hate washing my clothes. I do. I really hate it. I have to do it. I have no choice. But I hate doing it. So just like me, Vittorio is good at taking photos. I love filming with my camera. I love using my camera. I love taking pictures. And of course, you can see me right now on the camera here in front of you. So yes, I love taking pictures as well. I'm not sure if I'm very good at it, but at least I enjoy doing it. Hello also to Pedro. Oh, Pedro Belmont is here today. Hello to you at 3 o'clock. It's 3 o'clock here in the UK, 3 o'clock in the afternoon. I don't know what time it is where you are because I'm not there. So there are many ways of expressing things that you can do. So here is a list, and I like this list. There it is, over there. Not over there, it's over there. So you might have an ability, or maybe a gift. You might have potential. So when we say potential, it means something that you are able to do, or maybe something that will help you in the future. Potential, something that you have an ability to do that might help you in the future. Maybe you are starting out, maybe you are just beginning, but someone says, hey, you are really good at that. I think you have potential. Potential. So things that are there that haven't been used yet. So maybe you have a hidden skill or a hidden talent. Knack. Knack means knowledge. You have the knowledge or the ability to do something. You have the capability. That means you are able to do it. You can do it because you have the capability. You have competence. Competence means that you can do something and you can do it confidently. You have competence. Expertise. Something you are very good at. Something you can do very well. You have expertise. Something you have trained to do. So maybe you have a specialist skill. Something you are very good at. Aptitude. The word aptitude means ability or a certain type of ability, something you can do. Of course, we have the word skill as well. Skill. A certain skill is a certain ability. Something you can do very well is a skill. You might be very good at football. You might be a very good footballer. So we can say that you have a good skill. You have good football skills. So skill is a particular ability, something you are very good at. And finally, on our lovely list, we have talent. Talent. Quite often we will use this word when we are talking about people who perform. So maybe a person does something in a very good way. They have a very special ability. they have talent. Talent. And of course, across the world, there are many TV shows that allow people to show their abilities. And we call these talent shows. So a talent show is a program or a show that gives you the chance to show your talent, to show how good you are at doing something. So the words again, we have ability, gift, potential, knack, capability, competence, expertise, aptitude, skill, talent. What about you? Do you have a special talent? Maybe you are good at singing. Maybe you are good at drawing. Maybe you are good at dancing. So do you have a special talent? Is there something that you are very good at? In these very strange times that we are living in, there are people who are looking at the negative side, and there are those who are looking at the positive side or the happy side. And we often say in English that someone is looking at the glass. We can use a glass of water as a very good idiom to show how a person looks at the world around them. Do they see things in a positive way, or do they see things in a negative way? This might look like just an ordinary glass of water, but in fact it is something much more symbolic. The way in which you view this glass might reveal how you view your own situation in life. Let me explain. To some, this glass is half full. It is not empty. It still has something to offer you. There is still some water left in the glass. You could say that this is a positive way of looking at the glass. However, to others, this glass is half empty. There is not as much water in the glass as there could be. This could be viewed as being negative and pessimistic. Your perspective of the world and your situation in general can often be judged by whether you see the glass as half full or half empty. As for me, well, what do you think? Is my glass half full or half empty? Being able to see the bright side of something is not easy, but it can be done. After all, tomorrow is indeed another day. Take another look at your glass. You might be pleasantly surprised by what you see. We are here live on YouTube on a Friday. It feels like Sunday because everything at the moment is so strange. The whole world seems as if it's upside down. What do you think? It does seem rather strange at the moment. Nothing seems the same as it normally is. We will be going outside in a few moments. I'm hoping to go outside and take a little bit of fresh air into my lungs. And I hope wherever you are having a good chance as well to do a little bit of exercise. Maybe you can go to your window and breathe in some fresh air. So during this time, it is important to make sure that you get plenty of exercise. That is one of the reasons why I go out for a walk around where I live. And yesterday I went out and did a live stream whilst walking. So I was actually talking to you live yesterday and also walking around at the same time. Can you believe it? Thank you very much to, Wilson. Hello, Wilson. Alonso, hello to you. I have made a small donation. Thank you very much. That's very kind of you. Thank you. And if you want to make a donation to my PayPal, because I'm doing all of this for free, in fact, I always do this for free. It never costs anything. So if you want to make a donation to allow my work to continue forever and ever, you can make a donation. Don't forget, I give all of my time for free. Always. 14 years of doing this for free. So thank you very much. Thank you very much for your donation in advance. Thank you. It's very kind. Very kind indeed. And I always appreciate it. I always. But I think you know that anyway. Hello also to Manya. Hello to you. Thank you for wishing me. Hello to you. Hello, Manya. Nice to see you. I'm trying to see Manya's message. Oh, Manya, it is your birthday today. Well, of course, we can have a round of applause, and also we can say, it's your birthday, yes, today. It's your birthday, hip hip, hooray. Manya, congratulations, it is your birthday. I wonder how old you are. It's okay, don't worry, you don't have to tell me. You should never ask anyone how old they are, because it might seem a little rude. So don't worry about it. Hello, Pedro. Pedro says Rakesh is always looking for girls. Well, maybe he's looking for the right one. Sometimes it isn't easy finding the right person to share your life with. What do you think? So, do you have any abilities, any special abilities, things that you can do very well? In a moment, we will have a look at one of my full English lessons, and then I will be outside. So I will be spending a little bit of time with you outside. Can I say thank you also? A lot of people today on Twitter have been talking about teachers. Because here in the UK, there are many children who will be kept away from school. However, there will be some children who will still have to go to school because their family or their parents are doing jobs that are needed or required. So maybe their parents are doctors or nurses. So they have to still work during this period of time. So can I just say a big thank you to all of the teachers around the world who are doing their best, trying their best. Some are having to stay at school and teach, and others are teaching from home. A little bit like me, I suppose. And this is one of the reasons why technology is so amazing. I love technology so much. And one of the reasons why I love it is because we can quite often do things that allow us to carry on. So many people at the moment are not able to teach. However, they are using technology that will allow them to do it, which I think is amazing, pretty amazing. Thank you very much to Cecilia, who says happy birthday to Manya. Very nice. Hello also to Wilson again. It's okay, Wilson. I appreciate your donation. It is very kind of you. Thank you also to Sammy, who says happy birthday as well. Tanya is here. Hello, Tanya. It's nice to see you back again. Thank you also to Hang Pham, who says, Mr. Duncan, you are very lovely and friendly. Well, I think in these days, these strange days that are affecting all of us, I think it's good to stay positive and keep your brain active and also your body active as well during these very strange times. Here we go then. Here is an excerpt from one of my full English lessons, and then after this I will be with you, hopefully, outside. Even though the wind is blowing quite strongly at the moment. In fact, it is blowing very strongly. I can see on my camera that my camera is blowing all over the place. So there is the view outside. Would you like to have a look? There it is. So that is the view in my garden right now, and I will be out there in a few moments from now. However, before that, we will have a look at one of my full English lessons. As I said, this is an excerpt from Full English number 11. And then after that, I will be outside in the garden. It is possible to take very serious and deep topics and represent them with metaphors. To speak metaphorically is to represent something with an easily identifiable sentence or phrase. We can also use visual metaphors. It is possible to express the meaning of something visually. Here is a good example of a metaphor and an idiom. The trials and burdens that we have endured in life can be summed up with this visual metaphor. As we go through life, we often end up carrying or dragging lots of baggage. In this sense, the baggage consists of all the bad things that have happened to us. The traumatic events, the hardships, the failures, relationships that have left us scarred, the hurtful things that people have said to us, those terrible moments we would much rather forget. We often refer to these things as emotional baggage. The further through life you walk, then the more baggage you have to take with you. Of course, not all of us have to carry so much baggage. Dealing with each problem as it occurs can prevent you from having so much emotional baggage to carry with you. We tend to avoid having relationships with people who have lots of baggage. Having said that, it is impossible to go through life without acquiring some emotional baggage. Perhaps it is more about how you deal with it in the first place than what you end up having to carry with you. This particular visual metaphor is one that many of us can identify with. Here's a funny word. Can you see it? It looks like the word fishing, but spelt differently. What the heck is that all about? Well, I will tell you. This word is indeed pronounced as fishing, but as you can see, it is spelt with a PH at the beginning. This particular fishing means to attempt to obtain someone's personal details, such as their address or bank details, by pretending to represent a large well-known company. This is normally done in the form of an email. For example, you might receive an email from someone saying that they are from a big bank. They tell you that your account has been changed, so you must send them your personal details, such as your credit card details or password, so the account can be reset. Of course, the person writing is not from the bank. They are just trying to get your personal details. They are phishing. They are trying to get your personal information from you through deception. The person doing the deceiving is called a phisher. So, the next time you receive an email from someone saying that they are from your bank, or a large company, or the orphan of a millionaire, be very careful, as there is a chance that someone is phishing for your personal details and your money. I love idioms, don't you? There are many expressions around that relate to our own existence. There can be no doubt that life has its ups and downs. There are sunny days and dark days, happy times and sad times. We must take the rough with the smooth. There will always be unexpected things that come along to try and throw us off the path to happiness. But we must take it on the chin. We have to grin and bear it. We must put on a brave face. Good fortune can be described as an upturn. When things start to get better, we can say that there is light on the horizon. A glimmer of hope means that there is light at the end of the tunnel. Things are getting better. As I said many years ago in one of my earlier lessons, without sadness, we would never really know what it is like to be truly happy. This is Live English and we are about to go outside, so stand by. Very nice. Oh, hello there. So here we are now in the garden. I hope you can hear me all right. If you can't hear me, please tell me. If you can hear me, then I will be very pleased to know that you can hear me. So spring has officially arrived. Look, there is a lovely daffodil. Can you see the daffodil? There are lots of daffodils out at the moment because this is springtime in the UK. So I'm really pleased that I can show you some of the beautiful colours and also the sounds of spring as well. There are some birds flying around my head. You can also hear in the distance there is someone cutting down trees, because during the past couple of weeks we've had a lot of bad weather, a lot of strong wind that has blown many trees over. So there are many trees at the moment that have fallen down, that have collapsed or have been snapped by the strong winds. So behind me there is someone cutting the damaged trees, so maybe to make them safe, because there is nothing worse than having a broken branch above your head, because the wind might cause it to snap. And if you are walking underneath, then it will fall on your head, and well, I think the ending of that story will not be very good. Hello to everybody. Tam Nguyen is here. Maria, it is the most beautiful time of the year. I agree with you. I absolutely love springtime. Spring and summer are normally viewed as positive seasons. The season of going outside, the seasons where you can enjoy the fresh air. So for me, I love springtime and I like summer as well. I can't say that I will be sad to see winter disappear, because we have had a terrible winter. It's been very wet. I can't remember the last time we had such a wet and miserable winter. Very bad. Mr. Duncan, can you put the metaphorical baggage into a sentence? Is it necessary to say, so to speak, after using a metaphorical sentence? Yes, if you are using something metaphorically, it means you are not using it as a literal sentence. So you are not saying that it is a literal thing. So when we talk about baggage in your life, when we say a person has a lot of baggage to carry, we don't mean that they are really carrying baggage. What we mean is they have a lot of problems to deal with. Maybe there are many difficulties in their life that they have to overcome. So yes, quite often we will use the word baggage, or we will say that a person has a lot of baggage in their life. But we don't mean literally. We mean it metaphorically, as a metaphor. It is a way of saying that a person has many problems in their life. Perhaps you are looking for the perfect girlfriend or boyfriend, but then you meet someone and you think you like them, but then you realise that in their life they've had many problems. You might say that that person has a lot of baggage. They bring with them a lot of baggage in their life. So some people might not like that. Some people might not want to have a relationship with a person who has lots of problems. But let's face it, let's be honest. We all have problems in our lives. We all have things that we have to deal with, difficult situations that we have to cope with. things that we have to deal with in our day-to-day lives. So I think that having baggage in your life, having stress, having things that have happened in the past that are always on your mind, I think it's fairly common, especially these days, especially nowadays. Cecilia says, fantastic garden. I've got a very large flat, but no balcony or garden. I am spending all of my time in the flat. Well, at least you can join my live stream and you can breathe in some of this lovely spring air. Well, you can imagine it, I suppose. However, having said that, it's freezing today. It's freezing cold. Not like yesterday. Yesterday was much milder and there was no wind yesterday. However, today it is not very nice. Artsby. Hello, Artsby. I haven't seen you here for a long time either. I would like to have a relationship. I have one with a woman, Mr. Duncan. Made me marry with. Oh, I see. I'm not sure what you mean there. Do you mean that you have a wife and you had to marry her? Is that what you mean? I'm not sure. But sometimes it is hard to find a person, to find the right person in your life, someone who has no baggage, someone who hasn't had a terrible misfortune or a terrible situation. So we all have things in our lives that happen that can leave an impression in our mind. So that's the reason why we say baggage. A person has a lot of problems, a lot of things that they carry with them in their mind or their life. Hello, Maria. There were many people who were too lazy to go out during the period before everything that is happening now. So, of course, a lot of people now are staying indoors, but before they were also being lazy. So, yes, I think one of the most important things during this period of time is to keep active. So don't just sit in the chair, don't just watch television. Maybe you can go out for a little walk around your garden, make sure you get some fresh air, make sure you still do some exercise. So you must take care of not only your mind, but also your body as well. I think so. I think that's very important. Anna says, I am not listening so carefully because I'm doing other things at the same time. But I have heard that he wanted to know if the audio from the garden was okay. Oh yes, that's what I asked. But it would appear that you can hear me, which is nice. I wonder if you can hear the man behind me. He's cutting down some trees. So, you can see behind me the purple flowers. Do you like the purple flowers? Look at that. So that is lavender. So that purple flower that you can see behind me, that is called lavender. It is a beautiful, beautiful flower, and it has the most gorgeous purple flower. I will show you a little piece of that. There it is. Isn't that lovely? We actually call this heather. Heather. Isn't that lovely? Nice little bit of heather picked from my garden. Isn't that lovely? I'm not sure if that will focus. Come on, focus on my lovely flower. So we have the beautiful heather that is growing in my garden. Isn't that nice? And my daffodils as well. So I'm going in a moment. I hope you've enjoyed today's lesson. I thought I would give you a little chance to have a look outside, because I don't normally go outside at this time of year because it's normally too cold or wet. I might see you tomorrow. I might be back with you tomorrow. I will see what happens. Mr. Steve is going to see his mother tomorrow, so I hope he will have a safe journey and a good time with his mum. Thank you also to Afghan. I love purple flowers. Me too. I love them. Thank you very much for your company. I am going in a moment. I hope you've enjoyed this short live stream. Just 90 minutes. I will be back tomorrow, hopefully, although at the moment I'm not too sure. We will see what happens. If not, I will be back with you I will be back with you on Sunday, 2 p.m. UK time. So keep a lookout for the notifications. Don't forget to like and also subscribe as well. I hope so. So I will see you on Sunday or tomorrow. We will see what happens. Thank you very much for your lovely comments today. I really do like being here with you. I will try to be with you as much as I can during this very strange period of time. Thank you very much, Larissa. Thank you very much to everyone. Thank you, Rakesh. Thank you, Valentin. Thank you very much for joining me today. I am going back into the house now because it's freezing. It's very, very cold. This is Mr. Duncan in the birthplace of English saying thanks for watching. I hope you have enjoyed this live lesson, and I will go back into the house now, and I will see you maybe tomorrow, but definitely on Sunday, okay? And of course, until the next time we meet here on YouTube, you know what's coming next. Yes, you do. Ta-ta for now.